Okay, so good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, friends. So today we are going to discuss another ECG finding. It is flat T wave. So I will start from the scratch so that uh, anybody can understand it. I'll go very slowly. It's very simple to understand, nothing difficult. So normally the cardiac myocytes, that means the myocardial cells, so normally cardiac myocytes, they are negative in inner side and positive at outer side of the cell. So the outer side of the cardiac myocytes, there is sodium ions, and normally inside is the potassium ions. Okay, so if you place a multimeter across the this cardiac myocytes, so basically you will get a potential of minus 90 millivolt. This is called the resting potential. That means the meter, the positive lead, if you put inner side of the cell, and if you negative side, if you put outer side of the cell, so you will get a membrane potential of minus 90 millivolt, which is called resting potential. Okay, so now let us understand a very simple thing. So you take, this is minus 90 millivolt. So what will happen? We know the pulse of the heart, it is generated from the SA node, which is called the pacemaker of the heart. Then it will travel through the atrium. Then the contraction of atrium takes place. Then it will come to AV node. There is a small pause. Then the electrical pulse conducted through the bundle branch. Then it will go to ventricle. Then the ventricle contraction will take place, and so on. So when the SA node generated the electrical pulse, that time the cardiac myocytes, the myocardial cell, that is as at resting potential. So once that pulse reaches to the that contractile cells, what will happen? Slowly some sodium channel starts to open. That means the sodium ion started to enter inside. So it is a very slowly. So once the sodium ion, it's a cation, entering inside, so the negativity inside the cell is started to reduced. Okay, so slowly the minus 90 is coming to minus 85, minus 80, and minus 70. So once this minus 70 reaches, this point is called the threshold potential. After that, the sodium ion started to enter inside the cell some faster way. So very sharply now the membrane potential, the negativity is started to decrease and it will reach 0. This is the 0 line, 0 millivolt, and further it will reach to 10 millivolt, positive 10 millivolt. Once the positive 10 millivolt reaches, that time some potassium channel opened. Now you see, when it is 0, that means it is a now the cell is neutral. So now in contractile cardiac myocytes, when receive the electrical pulses, from the resting potential it will come to resting potential, that means it is minus 90 millivolt. From there it reaches 10 millivolt. So this process is called depolarization of the cardiac myocytes. This depolarization, because the cell is initially in normal condition, the cell is polarized. Once the pulse generated from the SA node, it excites the cardiac myocytes. So the some sodium channel opened initially very slowly. So sodium started to enter inside the cell, which is reducing the negativity, and slowly this minus 90 millivolt reaches to minus 70 millivolt. Recording, okay. So once it is reaches at 70 millivolt, this is called the resting potential. Then the sodium ion started to enter inside rapidly. So that's why the cell, the membrane potential, that is the cell negativity, started to decrease rapidly, and at a point the cell become neutralized, and further it is go up to 10 millivolt. So this entire process, it is called depolarization of the cardiac myocytes, myocardial cell. Okay, so this depolarization, basically the contraction of the heart muscle. Okay, so basically this depolarization happened from endocardium to epicardium. Okay, and as the potential is increasing, so basically it's a positive wave. Okay, so now once it is reaches 10 millivolt, now what happened? Some potassium channel opened, and the potassium started to go out. It's a cation. So once it is started to go out, again this positive 10 millivolt started to reduce. At a point when this membrane potential reaches again come down to 0, that time some calcium channel opens. So calcium also is a cation. It started to enter inside the cell. So now you know the valency of calcium is 2. So if 2 potassium ion is going out and one calcium ion is coming inside, basically it is maintain the same potential as earlier. So what will happen? This phenomena is happen quite for some time, and this phase is called plateau phase. So where this for a certain instant, so the cell become neutralized, and after that this the calcium channel close, but the potassium channel still open, and very rapidly the potassium started to go out, which again increasing the negativity of the cell, and again it is coming to minus 90 millivolt. So this phenomena from 0 to again minus 90 millivolt, it is called repolarization. It is called repolarization of the cardiac myocyte. Okay, basically that is the relaxation of the heart muscle. Okay, so and as the potential is getting decreased, so basically it's a negative wave. So now the contraction of myocardial cell, basically it is nothing but increasing the potential, which is called depolarization of the cell, which is sodium dependent event. And again after plateau phase, when again the membrane potential coming to resting potential, that is a potassium dependent event, which is called repolarization of the cell, nothing but the relaxation of the heart muscle. And in the plateau phase, it is the cell become neutralized quite for some time, and this is a calcium ion dependent event. Okay, so this is basically with this signal only, with this phenomena only, your ECG works. Okay, so this is a very simple basic which we should understand first to read an ECG signal. Okay, now as we know, there are 4 anatomical chamber of heart, but basically there are two electrical chamber of the heart. One is atrium and there is this ventricle, and this is your septum. Okay, so here is the SA node, here is the AV node, these are the bundle branches, this is the left bundle branch, right bundle branch, and this is the ventricle. So now let us understand how what is the way that the ECG wave formed. Basically there are a lot of after getting the raw signal, there are lots of post processing is done in the electronics in the help of instrumentational amplifier, and finally removing the noise, we are getting the ECG output. Okay, so now this is your SA node where the electrical pulse generated, and this electrical pulse travel through the contractile cells, and the contraction of atrium took place. After that, that electrical pulse come to AV node. Okay, so when this is happening, that the pulse generated from SA node and it is depolarizing the cells of atrium and it is reaching AV node, this is generating a wave called P wave. Okay, in the ECG, P wave. Now you see, once the depolarization of the atrium took place, that time the blood should come to ventricle. It will take some time. So there is a need to slow down the electrical pulses so that it should not conduct so faster that it will go to the ventricular wall and the ventricle will get depolarized. So there will be some pause, there is some delay, which is called AV nodal delay. Okay, sometimes, you know, if there is some accessories path here or somewhere, then rather than traveling the pulses through here to ventricle depolarize, if it is coming faster, then your ventricle will again, before the normal phenomena, the ventricle will get depolarized. So this phenomena is called, you know, this will cause tachycardia. Anyway, so what is happening then, as I told, it needs some pause. So this will make some pause, which is called AV nodal delay or AV pause. Okay, now you know the pulses once crosses the AV node, there is the septum. So in septum, this is your left bundle branch, this is your right bundle branch. Achha, one more thing again I should tell you, remember, it's very simple conception. When the positive wave traveling towards positive electrode, it will create the positive deflection. So now you know that the inferior, the superior part of the heart is basically negative electrode, and the inferior part of the heart, we are in ECG normally we are putting the positive electrode. Okay, so what is happening here in case of P wave? So basically P wave is the depolarization of the atrium tissue. So in such case, depolarization, as I told already, depolarization is a positive wave which is now traveling towards the positive electrode. So it is generating positive deflection. Okay, now if the positive wave is traveling towards negative electrode, so it will create the negative deflection. So positive wave traveling to positive electrode, it will generate positive deflection. Positive wave traveling towards negative electrode, it will create the negative deflection. And the negative wave which is traveling towards negative electrode, again this will create the positive deflection. Okay, and in the heart, the inferior side, it is the negative electrode, and at the in the superior side of the heart, it is negative electrode, and the inferior side of the heart, it is positive electrode. Okay, so now once after that AV nodal delay and AV pause, the electrical pulse traveling through the bundle branch, and we know in the bundle branch, the upper part of the bundle branch, basically this is the fiber. So what is happening? First, the depolarization of the septum, it is happening the lower part of the left bundle branch, and then the upper part of the right bundle branch. Okay, so in the septum, first the depolarization is taking place at the lower part of the left bundle branch, and then the depolarization is slowly progressing towards the upper part of the right bundle branch. So depolarization, as I told earlier, it's a positive wave, and this positive wave now traveling towards negative electrode. So it will generate a negative deflection. Okay, so this is called Q wave. So this Q wave is responsible for bundle branch depolarization. Okay, after the bundle branch, you know this here one drawing that the left ventricular wall, that means it is basically more thicker. Okay, it is more thicker compared to right ventricular wall, and these are the very fastest conducting tissue. Okay, so once the electrical pulse crosses the septum, very quickly it is getting conducted through the ventricular wall, and the depolarization of the ventricle will take place. As I told, this is more thicker, so the depolarization wave, the vector of the depolarization wave is in this word towards this, and this magnitude, as it is thinner, so it will be slightly lesser, like this. So now if you take the resultant of this two, it should be like this. So the depolarization wave of the ventricle, it is happening very fast. Okay, and the resultant is towards positive electrode. So a positive wave going towards positive electrodes, which is generating a positive deflection. So this is called R wave. Okay, after that, this area, basically this area, it is called basal ventricular tissue. So then this is a very smaller segment of cardiac myocytes. So here the depolarization, again, now you see this depolarization, that the vector is in this direction, So depolarization always is positive, and it is towards negative electrode. So positive wave going towards negative electrode, again it will create a negative deflection. Okay, so this is called PQRS. Okay, after that Plateau phase will occur. So here for some time this cardiac myocyte, it will become neutral. Okay, because that calcium dependent event will start. Okay, so here it will be, for some time it will be pause. After that, basically the depolarization of the heart completes. Then the repolarization of ventricle will start. As I told, the depolarization is happening endocardium to epicardium, but the repolarization, that means the relaxation of the heart muscle, will happen from epicardium to endocardium. So now if you see here, the repolarization of the ventricle will happen in this way, towards this. This is your epicardium, this is your endocardium. Now you see the direction is towards negative electrode. So the negative repolarization is a negative wave. So the repolarization of ventricle is the vector, the repolarization wave of the ventricle is towards the negative electrode. So it will cause a positive deflection. This is called the T wave. Okay. but after that the cycle will repeat. But now here one thing is there, we are not obtaining normally ECG, we are not getting the so far the inference of the atrial repolarization, the atrial relaxation we are not able to find. Why? Because the depolarization of the ventricle, here the large electrical signal generated, and that is suppressing the repolarization of atrium. This is called masking effect. This is called masking effect. Okay. So basically this is the very simple mechanism of ECG. Okay. This is very simple mechanism of ECG. So P wave, once again I will summarize. P wave is basically the depolarization of atrium. That means the P wave will generate while the electrical pulses travels from SA node to AV node. Then there is a AV nodal delay, it's a AV pause. Then this is the depolarization of the septum, is a bundle branch area. Then the depolarization of ventricle. Then the depolarization of the basal ventricle muscle. Then there is a plateau phase, and then there is the repolarization of the ventricle. Here we are not able to obtain the repolarization of the atrium because, as I told, the ventricle will, that is the fastest conducting tissues, so it will very quickly, it will generate very good amount of electrical pulses, the waves, which is suppressing the atrial repolarization pulse. So it is suppressed, it is masked by the ventricular depolarization. So basically the atrial repolarization is masked by ventricular depolarization. So this effect is called masking effect. Okay. Now coming to another thing, because today I am going to discuss a simple finding of flat T wave. Some few days back we received, I have seen one ECG where the impression was flat T wave, so that only I am discussing. Now let us understand simply what is the contiguous lead of ECG. Contiguous means that is the neighborhood. What are the neighborhood leads of ECG? Okay, so normally V1 to V4, that is basically anterior leads of the ECG. These are also, this V1 to V4, these are the contiguous leads, which is referring the anterior part of the heart. Then the lateral side of the heart, you see the anatomical position, anatomical directional position of human body, that already I have explained in my previous video, that is displaced transverse fracture, that there I have explained. Okay, so you can refer that the directional terms of human anatomy. Okay, now coming to the lateral leads, so that is V5, V6, okay, lead 1 and AVL. These are the lateral leads. Then the inferior leads, The inferior leads are 3, AVF and 2. It is very simple. If you see the description of the ECG leads, anybody will understand that. Okay. Now I am coming to that particular case study. So normally, one more thing you remember, in all the leads, in normal cases, in all the leads, the T wave, you will get a positive peak except V1 and AVR. In V1, except V1 and AVR, everywhere you will get a positive deflection. Okay. Now if I come to the ECG, so this is the ECG, and here you see the except this is the AVR. AVR will come to next. So you see in the AVR, it is a negative peak. AVR and V1. Let us see V1. You see V1. So except you see except V1 and AVR, everywhere the T waves are nature, means the tendency is here, even though this is flat, but except AVR and V1, all the places the T wave is in the T wave is positive reflected. Okay. Now come to the findings. Here you see the AVL, V5 and V6, there are abnormal T wave. So now we will go to first AVL, V5 and V6. So this is your AVL. Let us enlarge it. You see, in AVL, it is flat. The T wave is flat in nature. Okay, where AVL, V5 and V6. So let us see the V5. So you see, in V5 and V6, there is no T wave. It is getting flattened. So now let us see whether it is contagious leads or not. What I told, you see, V5, V6, AVL and 1, those are the contiguous leads. Okay, let us see the lead 1. You see, this is the lead 1. Here also T wave is flat in nature. What it means? So now, so far what we understand, what we learned, T wave is basically, it is for, T wave is what we learned. T wave is basically the repolarization of ventricle. Okay. Now there is no T wave. That means the repolarization having some problem. First we will suspect that. So if any contiguous leads, all the contiguous leads giving the flat T wave, that means there is a problem in repolarization. Repolarization means your heart muscle in ventricle is not able to get relaxed. This when it will happen? If there is some artery block, the uh, the cardiac myocytes is not getting the sufficient blood supply, its health is deteriorating, then it is losing its normal action, which is going towards the fibrillation of those tissues. This will cause ischemic heart disease. This is basically the symptoms of heart attack or this kind of things. Ischemic heart disease. Okay, simple. So far whatever we learn from there, we can infer it very quickly. But if it is generalized, in my opinion, so one more thing, then how it will confirm that it is ischemic heart disease or not? Let us take a very simple example. If there a less stiff structure, if you are hammering, so there will be some displacement. Now if the structure is getting stiffed and you are applying, then it will start to break. So now, due to the less blood supply, if the tissue or the cell is not able to contract and relax, but still the electrical pulse is getting conducted there, it will puncture, it will start to fibrillate. Okay, fibrillation will start. Okay, so it will not able to do its normal action, it will start to die. So that time, one regulatory protein of heart muscle, which is called troponin, there is troponin T and troponin I. So this will release. Normally it is not present in circulation, but when this kind of ischemic heart disease or this infraction will take place, the tissue will start to die. That time this troponin will be released. Normally, once this in ECG, very basic in ECG, if all the contiguous leads showing the flat T wave, then physician will will suspect maybe there is some infraction. So immediately they will take that TROP-T test. People normally compare to troponin I, they will take troponin T. So it is very simple. There is one kit will be there. So 5 cc, 5 or 6 cc blood it will be given. Then it will be leaded for 10 to 15 minutes. After that they will see if there is 2 parallel lines are coming, that means it is positive. That means your somewhere heart muscle or tissue getting punctured. It is the infraction is getting initialized. The initial symptom. It is so immediately infraction may take place. That it is the earlier symptom of the heart attack. So they will do that. But if it is generalized, in my opinion, you see, most of the leads I am getting flat T wave. In my opinion, if I see this ECG, most of the leads, not only contiguous lead, all the leads, the T waves are flattened. Okay, T waves are flattening. So it is a generalized T wave flattening. This may not be IHT. It is not the symptoms of ischemic heart disease. This should be the abnormality of electrolytes. We know repolarization. The repolarization is happening due to opening of potassium channels. So you can remember the depolarization is happening when normally in the resting potential it is minus 90 millivolt. So once the contractile cardiac myocytes will receive the pulses from the SA node, it is getting excited and some sodium channel will get open, and the outer side sodium cation, it will start to enter inside. So the negativity of the cell will get decreased and slowly it will come to 10 millivolt, and once it is reaching 10 millivolt, some potassium channel will open. So from the cell inside, potassium will go out. Again it will decrease the positive potential of the cell, and once it is coming to nearly to again 0 millivolt, so some calcium channel will open. So calcium started to enter inside. So the valency of calcium is 2. So once the two potassium ion going out, but one calcium ion getting entered, so it is basically same thing, no potential change. So this is called the Plateau phase. After some time, the calcium channel will close, but still the potassium channel will be opened, and very fast the potassium is going out, and again it is coming to the resting membrane potential, which is called the repolarization or the relaxation of the tissue. So heart muscle, cardiac myocytes, this is called the repolarization, which is a negative wave, as I told. So in this ECG, this is a symptom, this is an abnormality of electrolytes, potassium, basically abnormality of potassium ions. So this is called hypokalemia. So this is one finding. Hope, because I tried to explain very simply the things, and if you now refer the books, so it will be very easy to understand. I have very simply explained, so hope it will be useful. Thank you so much. Bye.